I'm alive. I'm quite alive.
I'm here too.
I woke up today and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get Pat on the show, even though we talked about it before.
Yeah, but you still got to make sure it happens.
Yeah, I gotta make sure you got the flatbread pizzas.
Oh, yeah. Finny's.
No, there's some here.
Oh, nice. Well, Finny's also.
Well, Finny's also. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jon from Jon Does. This is my show, Jon Does. I do stuff, and then I talk about it. You guys aren't going to watch me do stuff. I'm just going to talk about it. That's the best part of Jon Does.
I'm here for support.
First off, before I get into anything, just remind everybody the best way to support this channel is to go to wilddinosaur.com. Go to the merch store, find a t-shirt, find a sweatshirt, tote bag, stickers, socks, whatever you want that's on this. It's on the store.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat, and purchase it. It really helps keep food on my table. Those flatbread pizzas coming.
Hey, those aren't cheap. Inflation, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they're flat. They couldn't afford the air to pump up the bread. So that's the best way to support this channel. And yeah, so check out wilddinosaur.com. Pat, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I couldn't afford any air, so I'm, my breath may be a little shallow.
We're both full of hot air. So it's new.
It's pretty much same shit as always. Too much work, not enough pay.
Too much work. So you've been watching a lot of movies then, I take it.
Yeah, I have watched, been watching some stuff, trying to catch up on Stranger Things, still working my way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting there though.
Justice for Pat. Give him time off. Mary, give Pat time off so he can
Please give me some time off. I need to catch up on shows.
Give him like a week off. That's enough time, right?
Yeah, that
That's enough.
should be enough time for like maybe one series.
One series and to touch your synth.
Yeah. Ooh, you touch my tra-la-la.
Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot to even bring this up before we started talking, but do you know what show came back?
What's that?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Nice.
There's 2 episodes out.
Hell yeah, I'll be checking those out.
Watched them last night on Hulu.
Yeah, streaming on Hulu.
Pretty damn funny, I will say. I mean, there's only 2 episodes, so it's hard to give too much of a review, but it does feel... without saying it doesn't go like back to form like from season 1. I think season
you were mentioning season 3 was took a little left turn.
A little bit. There was new writers, I think, in the room. These 2 episodes, they feel pretty good. I don't know. They just feel a little bit, just a tiny bit more. Cohesive's not the word. I don't know. They're just a little funnier. I don't know. There's some stuff going on. So you should check that out when you get a chance.
Indeed, I will.
We'll probably talk about that at some point.
Love that cast.
Yeah, that show's great.
Colin Robinson, big shout out.
Naja. I think I heard Stathlet's Flats is like not coming back anytime soon.
That's okay.
That kind of sucks. I like that show.
I'll rewatch what's available. That show's great.
Ryan says 2 new subscribers. I do have 36 subscribers now, and it's pretty freaking awesome.
But shit's popping off.
Shit is popping off. We're going large.
Going live, going large.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer all 36 subscribers. I'm throwing a festival in the Cayman Islands called Fire Fest.
Wait.
Where everybody, Donald Trump will be there, and he just fires everybody.
I can see, yeah.
So it's basically a meet and greet. I'm not doing any festivals. Don't buy into my bullshit.
Definitely not with Donald Trump.
Definitely not with Donald Trump. He wants nothing to do with me. Because I am not afraid of my receding hairline. He is.
He's
a
very
challenge.
French.
It's a challenge. Yo, Donald, what you got on this? So I talked about something yesterday, and I wanted to get Pat's opinion on this, and it turns out we have different opinions on something, which is great. Right before Pat got here, we watched the Munsters trailer, the Rob Zombie Munsters trailer, and I wanted to see what Pat's thoughts were. You watched the, what is it, 2.5 2.5 minute trailer.
I did. Yeah.
What'd you think? What are your thoughts?
It's for sure out there, but I kind of can see where he's coming from. The angle that he was shooting for with that ultra campy style, highly stylized, ultra campy, like 60. Oh, it's like a, something that you'd find like in a vintage like movie rental store or something like that. Like honestly, from what you told me, he spent a lot of money to make it look very low budget.
$40 million.
$40 million to make it look low budget.
And they probably shot on handy cams.
Yeah, again, I'm a little confused by the decision, but I do kind of see the angle that he's going for.
Well, you can see the angle, but it doesn't look good.
It reminds me of those fake trailers from Grindhouse, the double feature from Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
That's why people are asking if it's a joke.
Yeah, it straight up looks like, like even the Machete trailer looked better than that.
You mentioned
the fake Machete trailer from Grindhouse.
You mentioned finding this in like a VHS store.
Yeah, like a VHS bargain bin.
Yeah. So it looks like, to me, have you ever seen Be Kind Rewind?
I've seen parts of it. I don't know if I've ever seen the full movie, but yeah, with Mos Def and Jack Black.
The Munsters feels to me like the video store that you're talking about you'd find this movie in is going out of business, and they're to try to save their business. They made this movie. That's how this feels like.
I don't know if it does. Okay, it didn't look that bad to me, like that bad of quality. Everything.
No, I mean, well, the quality doesn't equal like super shitty. It like the cameras that it looked like it was shot on were it feels like a low budget porn. It totally feels like a low budget porn.
Again,
Ryan's with you though. You're right on the money, Pat.
It's probably what he was going for. I'm telling you, like that campiness, that just like.
I'm not saying that's not what he's going for. I'm just saying what he's going for looks terrible. It looks fucking bad. And I mean, at least the Addams Family is doing, like, they've had a couple iterations too, and I'm only using because they're kind of similar.
Yeah, those were always the competing.
Yeah, the Munsters and the Addams Family. At least the Addams Family, like, they're like kind of trying new stuff. I mean, I think they're doing an animated show, stuff like that. I don't know. I can't get behind this Munsters. I'll probably watch it with you though.
I used to watch that Addams Family animated series, right? Wasn't that on when we were kids? I think there was.
No. I'm saying there's a new one.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be like a new one. They're like trying to. And I don't remember if the Tim Burton one is animated or not. He's doing a Wednesday.
I remember that one in the Beetlejuice. The Beetlejuice animated series was always on for some reason on Saturday mornings.
I watched that shit. That was great.
It was.
So tell me more about the Munsters. How did it affect your childhood?
The Munsters? I didn't watch too many episodes of the Munsters. Just caught, when it would air on Nick at Night. It was one of those shows that would air like earlier in the evening, like around 8, 9 o'clock usually. And I would catch that. My mom used to watch it when she was a kid too, and would just watch that, like Happy Days, Munsters, those kind of shows.
I do love the Munsters theme song, the whole like surf guitar.
They have some great characters. Grandpa Munster always looked cool. Kind of wish that he was my grandpa.
And the other thing I gotta bring up is Rob Zombie's wife,
Sherry Moon.
God, I've never seen her be good in anything I've seen. And I think that's, to me, that the look of the show I can get past if like the acting was better, and her acting is not good. It feels like very just got out of like musical theater or something like that. I don't know. It's not working for me at all.
It might just lend itself to the campy element that he's going for. But
I think that's I think
this isn't the first movie that she's been in.
His. I know. I've seen a couple other ones, and she's not been good at any of them. I think having a campy element can be one thing, but I think you have to do things right within that campy element for it to work. And I didn't see anything in this trailer that like worked for me to make it like being campy and maybe self-aware is one thing, but I didn't see it being self-aware. Like the trailer ends with that lady with the witch face like falling over, and it's like whoa, 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 whoa. I just
some little crappy sound effect, cheap sound effect. But again, I think it all just kind of is that same campiness that he apparently is shooting for. I don't know.
Sure,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sure. Huh? Some shit on my mic. That's all you got on the Munsters? You don't want to argue anymore?
I don't really want to argue at all. I don't think it looks like the best movie ever or anything. I just think that he obviously had an angle that he was trying to go for.
Sure, I get that. And like Christopher Nolan has angles he's going for in his movies, and you can see that like in his trailers as well. But within the genre of a film, you know, like you can call something camp and like it or hate it. And like this looks camp for sure, but nothing in it looks good. Like the acting looks terrible, the cinematography looks terrible. It looks like a student film basically. They even in the trailer they overdo the Dutch angle. There's like 4 of them, I think.
The Dutch angles.
The canted angle, or it's like crooked. Yeah. And all of those things I think would work if you're. I get where you're coming from on the like. I think that's the angle he's going for. I agree. I think that's the angle he's going for, but it just doesn't look good. You know, sometimes. I watched the trailer on Hulu for Willy's Wonderland. Was it Hulu? What is it? Hulu has. It's either Hulu or Paramount has like a Nick Cage collection right now, and that's where I watched Willy's Wonderland. And like I watched that trailer and I was like, all right, this looks stupid, but like good stupid. And I just didn't feel any of that from this one. I don't know. Are you feeling excited about it though? Like, are you like, go watch this?
I would be down to watch it. Yeah. Okay. I have watched some really bad like horror comedy movies before though. I remember I watched one with what's Ryan saying about the Dutch angle?
That ain't a Dutch angle. The cinematographer's on the nod. Well, there's definitely Dutch angles in there for sure. I didn't look to see who his cinematographer was. I mean, fuck, for all I know, it's Rob Zombie himself. But hey, I'm talking a lot of shit about this movie. I don't think it looks good at all, but I might watch it and love the shit out of it. And you know what? I'll come back on here and I'll eat my fucking words and I'll tell you guys how great the Munsters movie was and that Rob Zombie is the new James Gunn.
It does look weird though. It doesn't look like the Munsters series.
You know, the parts that look good to me is when they go black and white. Yeah. There's only a couple of shots. The beginning of it, I know you were really pumped. You're like, oh, I love the old Universal logo. I think that looked cool too.
Yeah, it did. It 100% did. That might have been the best part of the entire trailer.
And yesterday Ryan was saying that this might be Rob Zombie's masterpiece. And you know what? I don't disagree with that statement either.
It certainly looks like a passion project.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned this earlier. It might be his most accessible movie. You know, it's not just a straight horror movie for like...
Yeah, exactly.
20, 30-year-old, like, white dudes.
Like, ultra-violent.
Not just white dudes.
Some of his movies in the past have been, like, very violent. Yeah. Not easy to watch.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this is very much a comedy. You know what? That's maybe where I'm coming from with it, is I don't think I've ever seen Rob Zombie do comedy, and I don't think that's his wheelhouse.
I think that he's tried to incorporate comedy in his movies, and it just, for me, it doesn't land. Yeah. But again, I'm also not a big Rob Zombie fan. You'll have to talk to somebody who is.
Ryan is.
All right.
No, he's watched a bunch of his movies, as he was saying yesterday. I don't think he's a huge fan or anything, but he has. Ryan's a cinephile. I know that. Ryan likes to absorb certain kinds of media. Ryan and I talk about a lot of like music that is not mainstream when we chit chat, and I know he used to do I think he's still doing it, where he goes over to a buddy's house like once a month and they watch some like crazy movie or something like that.
I always wanted to start a movie club, but nobody was ever down. Like, I wanted to start a horror movie club, and I just couldn't find, like, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty, right? But like, I wanted to start like a local.
Did you ever ask me?
Well, you weren't around.
Yeah, no, I was gone for like 15 years.
I wanted to start like a horror movie club with people at work, but nobody was ever really down. Or like just where we watch like shitty movies. That's I'm so about it.
I love watching like drug dealers to watch horror movies.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, you know.
Pat's not a drug dealer. I mean, yeah, he is, but legally.
Not really.
Not legally.
Like, no, not even legally. It's semi-legal.
Yeah, like, I don't have a credential for this.
I have a license. All right.
You got a license for those guns?
For these babies, I don't know.
Shit, did I have something else? I need to change the, like, sleep time on this thing so it's not always going to sleep. Munsters was all I had up front, really. We just watched the Lord of the Rings trailer that came out today.
We did.
Ryan, I don't think you caught this. There's a Lord of the Rings. You might have heard that this was happening, but there's a Lord of the Rings show coming to Amazon Prime in September, and it's kind of based off some of the material, like the Silmarillion and some other stuff, but there's also new stuff involved too. I'm not sure if you caught, there was like a teaser trailer like a month ago or 2 months ago. I don't remember when it came out. But there was a full-length trailer that came out today. What'd you think?
I think that this is definitely Amazon's, what they're attempting to make their flagship series. Yeah. And I think it looks great. I think it looks amazing.
I think it looks amazing too.
The cinematography in the trailer is phenomenal. Like everything is solid. Everything looks as it should. No complaints there. Looks like a high budget, high concept fantasy series.
Right. Ryan just said he watched that. He just watched that shit. Yeah, it's good. I think it looks good. I'm not the big Tolkien nerd. I think something that I would like to base me as a host on with this show is that I'm not like a source material guy all the time.
Yeah.
I do love reading certain stories and understanding where things come from, but I also like, we live in an age of visual media, and I feel like we shouldn't be beholden to source material all the time. And like, I hate listening to like, well, they didn't do it like the comics did it. Like, I don't care how they did it. Like, I probably have the comic over there. I'll just go read the comic. I want to see cool new things.
Interesting takes.
And Marvel's done a pretty good job overall of like taking some source material and switching it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I think this Lord of the Rings show looks really good. I'm excited for it. I kind of forgot about it a little bit, but we're getting it like a couple weeks after the new Game of Thrones series comes out. That comes out at the end of August.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, it's real soon.
And that's
the House of the Dragon.
Yeah, so that's going to be about the Targaryens.
Yeah, and I had thought some of these had gotten canceled, but I was watching Christian Harloff earlier, and Roxy Stryer, and she was talking about how there are 7 active in development Game of Thrones series right now. House of the Dragon being one of them.
There's a Jon Snow series.
The Jon Snow series. There's like an animated one that they're working on. There's a Dunk and Egg, which is young Aegon Targaryen. They're like these stories from like the lore of Game of Thrones that they wanted to turn into live action. And then there's a couple other ones too. I can't remember them all, but there was like 7 in development, and I was like, geez, that's crazy. But yeah, August.
The series that I really want to see is that Star Wars Game of Thrones crossover, the fake trailer that somebody put up. Remember that one with like the young Sean Bean?
I don't remember that. I just remember seeing some of the season 8 recut with lightsabers. which was really good actually. There was the Hound and the Mountain have their battle together in that tower as it's on fire, and somebody turned that into lightsabers, and that was really good. And that to me was like, all right, I can't wait for Benioff and Weiss to do a Star Wars movie, and then they got fired or let go from.
Oh, they actually were in development.
Yeah,
they had one
before
in the works
before season 8 was fully out. They were officially signed on, and they announced it publicly that they were going to be doing a Star Wars film. And I guess the rumor is it was going to be early days, like the early days of the Jedi and the Sith. Which, I mean,
yeah, that sounds badass.
I still want that. Those two guys as the writer-directors, I'm not sure anymore. I don't hate them as much as everybody else does. But Ryan's been saying some shit. Hey, sorry, Ryan. Mystery Science Theater 3000 did a lot to inform my tastes for sure. I mean,
mine too.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
I loved that Netflix series, the MST 3000 reboot that they did on Netflix.
Like a year. Was it a year or two ago?
It was a few years ago. Yeah, they did two seasons, and it's pretty damn funny. Patton Oswalt is one of the characters that's holding a prisoner. And he's always enjoyable.
Great. I mean, that Parks and Recs,
that Parks and Rec
Marvel Star Wars. There's his pitch for episode 7 of Star Wars, well before Lucasfilm was bought by Disney. Or maybe it was around the time, I don't remember, but that is legendary.
One of my favorite minor characters in that show.
And that whole thing is improv too.
It's so good. It's so funny.
It's so funny.
If you haven't seen it, just check out that scene.
Oh, what was that? He's done a bunch of Marvel stuff himself because he's a big old nerd. He was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little bit, and then he was the voice of MODOK on the MODOK show on Hulu. Did you ever watch any of that?
I didn't.
Well, I wanted to like it more than I did. It was good, but it just wasn't good enough, I guess. I enjoyed Hit Monkey a little better. But
still disappointing that Hit Monkey was canceled.
Yeah.
Guess not enough people watched it. I didn't really hear much about it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't either. But I guess it's because Jason Sudeikis sucks at everything. He's not talented. I'm just kidding. Actually, have you watched Ted Lasso at all?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay.
And it's so good. I can't really say anything bad about it. Everything I've seen, I've enjoyed.
I'm only curious, and I know you haven't seen Thor. I'm going to mildly spoil something. There is a character introduction in this movie way later in the movie, and it's somebody from Ted Lasso, and I didn't know who he was, but I also heard other people being like, oh my god, I can't believe he's in this.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
So
yeah, I recommend Ted Lasso though, if you haven't watched any of it.
No. I'll probably pick up Apple Plus again sometime in the next couple of months, and I'll try to get through that.
Yeah, Severance was really good too.
Yeah, Severance was the other one.
Severance was messed up though.
I forget there's a
maybe in for some nightmares watching that show.
There's a new season of Mythic Quests coming sometime.
Oh, is there? I thought they were done with that show.
No, it's not done.
Nice.
I don't remember what the deal was. Rob McElhenney, he did a couple months ago. He did an official. They got picked up for season 3 and 4, and he did it through this weird social media thing where he calls Anthony Hopkins, and he's having a conversation with him, and he's like, "Yeah, I just want to let you know we got renewed for season 3 or 4," and they're like, "Why is Anthony Hopkins?" Oh. But there is bad news. I do remember, and I'm wondering now that I say the Anthony Hopkins if maybe they got him for some reason. But F. Murray Abrams isn't coming.
No,
yeah, it's sad.
He was the best character.
Season 3 of the show is set to be aired from June 24th, 2022.
Okay, I guess not.
Yeah.
Or is it?
I just read something about this recently. Here, why don't you babble about something while I look this up?
Well, I really enjoyed season 2 of Mythic Quest, especially those episodes. Like they did the episode with CW, his origin story, with the actor that plays Big Head from Silicon Valley.
Yeah, that kid's fucking great.
I thought that episode was amazing. The only thing that was tough to watch about Mythic Quest in season 2 is that both Poppy and Ian are just terrible people.
Yeah.
That's a little hard to reconcile. They're very unlikable main characters.
So I guess Apple Plus will be doing a panel at Comic-Con next week. So we'll probably hear more next week. And so I'm probably going to do an extra episode next weekend on Saturday.
Okay.
Maybe I haven't figured out my schedule yet, but next weekend is Comic-Con. So it starts on Thursday and it goes to Sunday.
Are you going to crash it?
There's going to be... No, unfortunately, not going. Fuck San Diego. I'm just kidding. I haven't been to San Diego in a long time.
Yeah, we need to go one of these days.
Yeah, I'm down. Village Hat Shop. That's
the main reason.
The one place I want to go in San Diego is a hat shop.
That is a cool little area, though. That I can't remember what it's called,
I forget. It's like the
seaside.
village by the beach or something. Yeah.
Some sort of seaside village
or something.
Just right there by Gas Lamp.
But so. Next weekend, I have a little bit of a schedule of stuff that I looked up. So they start Thursday, and there wasn't much I wanted to check out on Thursday. On Friday, there's a Lord of the Rings panel for the Amazon series.
Oh, well, yeah.
And that's at 10:30 a.m. And then there's a Marvel animation panel at 11:45 a.m. on Friday. So we'll probably talk about... I don't know if Pat will be here or not for that episode, but I'll probably talk about that stuff on the normal 5 p.m. show. And then on Saturday at 10:15, Warner Brothers has a panel, and then Game of Thrones at 11:30, and then Sandman at 2:30, and then the MCU at 5.
I wonder if they're going to drop any information about the sequel to the Batman.
Probably. We'll probably hear stuff. I think... particularly with WB, they've got so many fires to put out right now. They'll probably focus on good stuff, and Batman was good for them. I know some people were like, "Oh, I didn't like Batman." I loved it. I thought it was great.
I also loved it.
I do want to see more of this universe. I have some reservations about potential ideas for sequels and other characters, but nothing crazy. But I do think we'll probably get, a little bit of that. Of Batman. We'll probably get some... I mean, they're doing a third Wonder Woman that's confirmed. Well, what we'll actually probably get is Aquaman 2 trailer, because they've been filming that for a while. I think they're done filming it.
I can't wait.
Unless they do reshoots, because it doesn't come out for a year. They could definitely be doing reshoots because of stuff. I'm curious to see what they're going to say about The Flash, because that's the big one that's supposed to be coming out soonish. And The Flash, they have a lot of stuff leaning on that, because I know Michael Keaton's coming back as Batman in The Flash and in Batgirl. So they've got some Batgirl stuff done. So I'm not sure if they're completely done shooting it. So we'll probably get some Batgirl stuff.
A lot of negative press surrounding Ezra Miller, though.
For sure. For sure.
That's probably that's a whole show in and of itself.
Yeah. So they got a lot of stuff next weekend, and then the other thing I wanted to check out on Sunday was there's a What We Do in the Shadows panel.
Yes.
So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
I need to check out when that Apple Plus. What day that is?
Matt Berry.
I just pulled the Pat when we were working on your laptop and you kept using your
keyboard.
Yeah,
my desktop.
I was just about to use my mouse for
working on my laptop, and I couldn't stop using my desktop keyboard just because it was right there, and I'm so used to. Well, I also had the mouse on the one of those desk trays that pull out keyboard tray.
Yeah.
So I was trying to use the keyboard up top, and the mouse down below, and that doesn't work well.
Okay, so here's what Deadline says about this Apple Plus making. This was from Oh, go away. There we go. June 30th.
6 series. Wow.
June 30th.
6 different series.
This article was published. This was June 30th, so this was not long ago. Inside Severance is going to be one of their things that talking about the alternate world of For All Mankind.
I started to watch a little bit of that show. It was good concept. So it's not like a spoiler or anything. The concept of the show is that the Russians made it to the moon first.
Yeah.
And it's just like an alternate history type of situation. But I didn't really watch much more than the pilot.
Okay. I've heard good things about it. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah,
myself.
I mean, it seemed like there's a lot of money behind it.
The players of Mythic Quest, and this is what it says about Mythic Quest. With creator EP Megan Gantz, EP star David Hornsby, cast member Rob McElhenney, Charlotte Nakato, Danny Pudi, Imani Hakim, Jesse Ennis, and Ashley Birch, who will discuss the show and unveil an exclusive first look at the upcoming first season. Yeah, so we'll get a trailer this weekend.
Was that Joe? Ashley Birch?
Maybe. She's
such,
fucking hilarious.
Such a good character.
The show follows a team behind the biggest multiplayer video game of all time, co-created by Rob McElhenney, Charlie Day, and Gantz. The series stars McElhenney as the fictional company's creative director Ian Grimm. The series is produced by for Apple Plus by Lionsgate. I didn't know that. 3 Arts Entertainment and Ubisoft Film and Television.
Yeah, they had money from Ubisoft.
Yeah. Then there's a storytellers section. I guess that's all they have listed from this Deadline article from the 30th. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that part too. I didn't see. Hold on, I'm gonna look up the schedule. You keep talking
for some reason, I for some reason thought that Mythic Quest was canceled after season 2, and I was sad about that.
That ending makes you think that it might have.
But I'm looking forward to season 3. I love the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Absolutely love those.
It is a shame that F. Murray Abrams isn't coming back.
He was the best.
He was maybe the best part.
He was probably my favorite character.
All right.
His drunken antics.
Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday is just setting up stuff. I bet it'll probably be on Friday. I'll check Friday.
I'd like to go to Comic-Con one day. I feel like I missed my opportunity, though, when I was living in San Diego. I know my roommate at the time went. I think his sister even came down from, like, Washington or something to go, too.
Well, I don't see it, and their schedules are pretty long, so I'm not going to go through this whole thing to find out. Actually, let me do one quick thing. Nope.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's the
same article.
Same thing.
That's all right.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's 7:04, which means we've been going for over half hour.
So
fantastic.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, let's go to a commercial break, and Pat and I will come back in a little bit, in about like 90 seconds.
Talk about the main segment.
And we'll talk about
Miss Marvel.
Mr. Marvel. Oh, sorry, Miss Marvel. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll talk about Miss Marvel here in a second. I might not be good enough for you. I don't care.
I'm Richard from Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities, and I give these stickers away at every pet wedding. The kids love them too. This bag from, what's his name? Wild Dinosaur? Weren't they all wild? What an oxymoron. Anyways, I like to put my special things in this bag. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is my spirit animal.
Life gave me lemons, so I sold them for this sweet baseball tee. That Linda from sales really knows what she's talking about.
She has great taste.
She's been working in sales for
her whole entire life.
About 35 years. And she's not slowing down. She's not retiring anytime soon. So, I mean, you got to listen to Linda, right? She got
Listen
that
to
sweet
Linda.
bag. She got that sweet bag. All right. Well, we know why everyone's here. Everyone. It's this. It's Miss Marvel. That's why you're all here. You wanted to hear our thoughts on Miss Marvel. That's it. That's my thoughts. No, this show just ended its 6-episode run on yesterday on Wednesday. Tuesday night on midnight for some of us. Actually, I usually stay up, but I did pass out and watched it on Wednesday morning instead.
I watched it last night.
Last night, so you watched it Wednesday night.
I did watch it Wednesday
in
night.
the morning. You watched it at night. What a coincidence, right?
I guess. But anyway,
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
what were some things you enjoyed about this series?
So I guess for me, it started off a little slow. And I think let me start off with the fact that it came out while Obi-Wan was still on, and The Boys. So it was kind of like, for me, those were
And
the
Umbrella
three
Academy in there too.
Yeah, and Umbrella Academy. I mean that one's a little different because it's kind
All
of
at once.
binge at your own pace. But for the week to week, we had Star Wars, Marvel, and then The Boys. And I kind of think, as much as I like the show, I kind of think they should have pushed it a little bit, because I think we have a break between now and like late August. Black Panther 2 comes out in November.
How about She-Hulk, Attorney at
Yeah,
Law?
when does that come out? I forgot. Let me look that up. That comes out August 17th. Okay, so that comes out
Next
out
month.
soon. Yeah.
So only about a month away for
Relatively
She-Hulk.
soon.
But
yeah.
but you know what? There's Miss Marvel. I, for whatever reason, enjoyed it even more than I did Moon Knight, and I really enjoyed
Really?
Moon Knight. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
I liked Miss Marvel. I thought was fantastic. The cinematography, the editing, the
that was great.
the like pop. I don't even know what to call it. Poppy editing.
The like
pop art
the
editing.
pop art style that where they would add in like moving
Animation.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. I think they did that better than a lot of other shows that try to pull that stuff off.
Kind of that comic book feel.
Yeah.
And also that the whole Pakistani influence, the main character Kamala Khan, she comes from a Pakistani immigrant family, and they did so much beautiful stuff within that culture, like showing
For us
them
dumb
at
white,
mosque and-
for
yeah.
us dumb white guys over here who don't really have too many like connections to the Pakistani culture. It was for on the content level, it was a breath of fresh air to see new culture and a new dynamic, really,
for sure.
especially in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, they did a little bit in Moon Knight with Egypt, but I would say even the Pakistani like culture played a much bigger part in this series.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
The ethnic culture than it did in Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight, it was basically just like, these are all just Egyptian gods, and there was a little bit of Egyptian culture. They spent time there, but it wasn't as immersed as Miss Marvel. I definitely agree with that.
A few of the episodes took place in
Karachi.
well, in Moon Knight in Cairo, but in Miss Marvel in Karachi. And I noticed one thing. In most television series, there are different directors per episode, which was true for this one too.
Mm-hmm.
But I also noticed that there were like the DPs were different too.
Director of photography?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I thought that was pretty interesting because I think that they all did a great job. Like every single episode was pretty solid. There was maybe like one where it didn't hit as much as the others, but
What
overall,
episode was that for you? I've seen it change for different people.
Yeah, I want to say it was maybe like 3 or 4.
Which one was that? What happens in that episode that you weren't really feeling?
I think it might have been like the introduction of the whole what was that group called?
The Clandestines.
The Clandestines, yeah.
Okay.
It's some stuff like that, but it wasn't anything that bad. It was just, maybe it just dragged on a little bit, which is surprising for most like 35, 40-minute series.
I think the things that none of this was bad. None of this was terrible. None of this is Munster style bad. Just kidding. But
a lot of hate for Munsters.
I'm in a feisty mood.
I'm thinking Rob Zombie's you're gonna get a personal DM from Rob Zombie.
From
Sherry Moon Zombie.
From Power Man 5000.
This is what it's like when worlds collide. You ready?
What was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought.
We're talking about episodes just dragging on a little bit.
Yeah, I forget. I forgot where I was going with that.
I was just gonna say that every actor in the series, I think, did a fine job. Like, can't really complain about any of the acting either. We had Neil Patrick Jr. as the best friend Bruno.
Brian.
Yeah, or Brian, aka Brian.
Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say. I think the stuff that doesn't work very well in this show is the actual comic stuff. Like the stuff that has to do with the Marvel brand specifically, like the characters that are comic book characters, like the Clandestines.
Yeah.
Not to say that they were bad or anything like that, but just I think the character of Kamala, her family, like the things that she does so much in her day-to-day in the show,
that's the best part of the show.
So good that once you did get to the comic booky stuff, it was kind of like, can we just go back to like her like talking to her mom for a while?
Both her mom and dad were incredibly
Fantastic.
enjoyable. Yeah.
And it's really cool. Real quick, we'll throw out spoilers with this. So sorry if you haven't seen this, Ryan. No, we're gonna talk a little bit of spoilers. In the final episode, she gets her costume, and this, I think, if I remember correctly, is the first MCU character to just openly tell people.
Oh yeah, that she's a superhero.
Yeah, all the other ones kind of hide it. Well, that's not true. Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man 1 is like, I'm Iron Man. But I think this is like the quickest you get that, really, is like her just being like, nah, dude, I'll watch this and like do something with her power.
And the community loves her.
But I thought it was really cool that, like, you know, it's so important. This show was so important to, like, her family is very important, and her culture is super important. And I think it's really cool that both of her parents give her new identity. Like, her mom gives her new suit, because after their trip to Karachi, she kind of saw everything play out and figured out, oh, you're this light girl that people are talking about. So she ends up making her this costume, which foreshadowed in episode 1, where, you know, she's wearing the Captain Marvel stuff, and her mom's like, you can't wear that, that's too, like, revealing or whatever. And it's like, it's literally a leather jacket like yours back here. Actually, that's what you need on your jacket, is a star, like a Captain Marvel star.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And then her dad at the end of this last episode, you know,
with the name.
Yeah, with the name.
Yeah.
You know, you're our Marvel.
I thought that was very, very touching.
Yeah, I thought that was all really good. And I think it's really super important for her family to be giving her this new identity.
Her brother was great too.
Yeah, her brother's hilarious.
He is.
Oh man, he's got some great lines. What was it? Oh yeah, when they get back from Karachi and she's like talking to her family and she's like, I have something to tell you, and it turns out the mom had told her already.
She already spoiled it.
Yeah. Oh, super funny.
Oh, with the dad talking on speakerphone. That's such a dad thing to do.
Super funny.
See that shit all the time with people just talking on as the speaker, like holding it right up to their face. They could just be talking normally, but have it on speaker
and then hold it like a phone.
Yeah. Are you sure you know how this works?
Was there anything you didn't like about the show? I mean, nothing was bad. We both really liked the show.
Yeah, I didn't think anything was bad at all. In fact, for a 6-episode series, it felt longer to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt complete. It felt maybe that's the right word. It felt complete. Like Moon Knight, I felt like I could have taken 2 or 3 more episodes, no problem.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too.
Like I wish that there were 2 or 3 more episodes, but with this one, it felt like a complete story.
Yeah.
It didn't leave me wanting more. I mean, it left me wanting more, but not like that there should have been more content in the series.
I like Kamala's like friend group.
I do too. Nakia, I think was her name.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really liked her, and she has an important role, but I kind of wanted more of her too.
Yeah,
like her. And I don't know if we'll get a season 2 of this. We might, but this leads into the Marvels, which comes out next year.
I don't know anything about that. Really.
Okay, so the Marvels is essentially Captain Marvel 2. Which was now we'll get into the big ending of that. Did you see the mid-credit scene?
Yeah.
Okay, so that explains like the connection for the movie coming up. The Marvels is gonna consist of Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan, and I don't know if she's going by Photon or what, but Monica Rambeau.
Okay, yeah.
From the first movie.
Who was also in...
I always forget. Is Monica the daughter and Maria's the mom? Or is it Monica's
I want to say...
I think Monica's the daughter. Forgive me. But, yeah. So it's going to be the 3 of them, basically.
She was also in WandaVision.
Yes. Yeah.
She's great. She's good.
Yeah. And
I'd like to see more of her.
I'm excited about that. Based on the fact that, like, I did not like Captain Marvel very much, the first one. It's not a terrible movie, but especially in the grand scheme of the MCU, it's like definitely not in my top 10.
There were a couple things that I liked about that movie.
Mm-hmm. Jude Law.
he's hardly even in it. The de-aging of Samuel L. Jackson, they did a pretty solid job on that. Yeah. And then also Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn. And both of them will be popping up. I don't know when that comes out, but I think next year. That's the secret invasion storyline that they're doing.
The Thralls.
The Skrulls.
Skrulls, whatever. Yeah. The Thralls. Skrull.
Yeah. So there's actually a ton of people in that. Just off the top of my head, Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman is going to be in it, and
has she been in anything else, Marvel?
No.
Oh, okay.
This I think will be her first. Why am I forgetting? I'm completely drawing a blank. Daenerys Targaryen.
Ooh.
She's gonna be in it.
I can't. Also,
Emilia Clarke. There we go. She's gonna be it, and there's a bunch of other people too. I think Colby Smolder's coming back for that one too, and we'll definitely be getting more Skrull stuff for sure. I think we're gonna start seeing like, some of these characters maybe in Phase 4 have been Skrulls the whole time. Honestly, I think that's gonna happen. Like
weird angle, but yeah.
It's from the comics. I do think they'll start doing that. Like
the older you get, the more comic book guy you're becoming.
Definitely. What was it? What's her name? That was Agent 13, Agent Carter. Not Sharon Carter, the niece of
who's a Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and how she has her heel turn.
Yeah.
In that show, like so many people are like, she's a Skrull. Like I kind of
could definitely be the case. Yeah, that would actually be like the most believable.
Her heel turn could absolutely work, but I don't buy it from what they set up like at all. She's just mad at the Avengers after like 5 years. You know, like you were trying to bone down pretty hard on Cap for a while. Like
who was it?
I'm still trying.
Maybe I'll catch an episode here.
Chris Evans, if you're out there. So we're getting a lot of stuff that's going to connect to some of this stuff. But,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm slightly not disappointed, not totally feeling the whole Phase 4 right now, but
the shows are solid.
But I also think there's like a 60-40 for me. Like I liked WandaVision But WandaVision now, like, there's things that I don't think work as well now that Doctor Strange is out.
Yeah.
For me, the best one still is Loki, and we haven't really gotten any idea of where we're going yet with that. But then Ant-Man 3 comes out in February 2023. Not terribly far away, but still, like, what was that, 6-7 months away?
I can't wait for a Loki season 2.
Yeah, and that's filming right now.
Yeah.
They're filming that right
yeah.
now too. So that's good. I really liked Loki.
That was a nice summer show.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of sad to not have that around in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, Phase 4 is just not totally hitting for me, but I'm not trying to give it too much shit because, like, I didn't like the first phase really of Marvel either. Like, Iron Man 1 was okay. It set this precedent for everything.
Iron Man 2 was terrible.
Iron Man 2 is garbage. There's the first Thor movie, which it's not the worst one anymore, but it's still very low on my list. And the first Captain America movie is okay, but they progressively get better, you know, like Winter Soldier and Civil War are both way better than the first one. Even though it was directed by the same guy that directed The Rocketeer. I mean, I think Captain America 1 is actually a sequel to The Rocketeer.
I can see that. A lot of similarities there.
Actually, I think The Rocketeer takes place in the 50s. So it would have been a sequel to Captain America. He's the next Marvel hero, the Rocketeer. Just some guy with a jetpack.
Just throw a jetpack on Red Skull.
Some Hugo Weaving. Did you know that wasn't him in Endgame?
I'm not surprised. Was it just CG?
It is CG, yeah, but even the voice wasn't him. It was this guy, Richard Marquand, I think is his name, and he's on The Walking Dead.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him, but
yeah,
that's interesting.
Some of the stuff that I've seen with him, he's really talented, and I actually like to see his face on screen more. Ryan says Sherry Moon, Zombie, and her husband both put a lot of time and effort into animal rescue. They make movies they do because they're too busy helping. Yeah, well, hey,
admirable cause.
That is an admirable cause, but
I'd like to help out some orphan goats as well.
Doesn't make their movies good.
Hook them up with the trampoline or two.
But you know, I say all this shit about Rob Zombie, and if like there was an open position for any of his movies, I'd be like, hey, will you hire me?
He's definitely an original filmmaker.
Pitts.
I can't say that there's anybody else making movies right now like Rob Zombie. Like at least big time, big name.
What do you mean, like crap?
Harsh. No, he definitely has a style, and
yeah.
We were talking earlier about the Halloween reboot that he did back in 2007, and that one was okay. I enjoyed the David Gordon Green one from a few years ago much better. I saw that one in theaters, and I thought that movie did a great job of combining horror and comedy. Jamie Lee Curtis was in that one too.
Was the Rob Zombie one Halloween H2O?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that's just a sequel. Is that the one with Josh Hartnett?
I think so, yeah.
What did I see that Josh Hartnett was going to be in? Oh, Black Mirror. There's some casting announcement for the next season of Black Mirror.
Oh, I kind of saw something about that.
I haven't seen Josh Hartnett in anything in a long time.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett's in that one.
Yeah.
Wait. That came out in 98?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that was like 5 years ago.
Michelle Williams was in that as well?
Yeah. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
No way! That might have to be a watch. We'll have to check that out one of these like Saturday afternoons or something.
Hey, Ryan, give us a really weird movie to watch that Pat and I should watch and then like do an episode on. Actually, anybody who's listening, but I know Ryan's listening, so... yeah, throw a movie out there and we'll watch it. Even if it's like a John Waters movie. Which, that was a half joking choice for my Tank Girl reboot.
That Munsters reboot looked like it could have been directed by John Waters.
Yes. And see, I think if it was, the comedy would have worked.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, Miss Marvel, we'll finish off our Miss Marvel conversation here. They have a scroll. Wait, is that the Oh no, I was thinking. Was it Kroll?
The Kroll the Conqueror.
Kroll the Conqueror. I think is that Kevin Sorbo.
It might be.
Uh-oh. The phone's ringing. Can you guys hear that? Oh. This happened once before on air.
Charlie did a beautiful job in your Richard's Pet Wedding Facilities commercial.
He's an okay actor. I got the takes I needed out of him, but I had to wait till he was taking a piss to do it. So,
Charlie's a dog, by the way.
yeah, Charlie is one of the dogs that lives here. He pays rent. So the end of Miss Marvel, spoiler, we get this is a post-credit scene. We get Kamala about to lay down on her bed, or laying down on her bed, and her little Bengal starts to light up, and she gets up and like is zipped off somewhere else, and then like it looks like she gets thrown through her closet door, but as the person that's, you know, you think it's her coming out of the door, it's actually Brie Larson's Captain Marvel.
Carol
so
Danvers,
she's been so she's been transported across the universe, wherever she was at, to switch places with Miss Marvel. Coy Jandreau did a Real Rejects thing the other day, or was it earlier today, talking about where he thinks this might be going, and it's pretty good. So if you guys are curious about potential where this might be going, check out the Real Rejects video on Miss Marvel. But you have anything with that cameo there that you were about, or were you just like
I wasn't that surprised. I mean, I figured she might pop up at some point. So yeah.
It's hard to have a show called like Miss Marvel
Yeah, and
where
she's
the
such a
main character is like a huge Captain Marvel stan.
Yeah.
It's like super hard. It's hard to like it. To me, it was almost as like a given as like Qui-Gon popping up.
As a Force ghost.
Yeah, like
no, little spoilers as well.
Well, spoilers for Kenobi. I think we've all seen it already. Yeah, I mean, in episode 1 of Kenobi, he's like, Qui-Gon, speak to me or whatever, and it's like, okay, foreshadow much.
Yeah. You know what? For a show called Obi-Wan Kenobi, he really wasn't.
He didn't Obi-Wan anything.
He just wasn't in the show a whole lot.
Dude, and there was no Kenobin time either. Like, not once did he ever say it's Kenobin time.
No, I didn't hear that.
Irritated. What a waste. What a freaking waste.
It was Kenobin time, too.
It's always Kenobin time.
It's Ben time.
It's Ben time. Wait, that's not the same guy. His name's Ben. The other guy was called Obi-Wan. Totally different people.
Completely different guy.
I guess my one complaint about the show is basically what I said, is I don't think the comic stuff, the comic elements worked as well as like the family dynamic and the even just like the people. Just watching the girl that plays Miss Marvel talk to almost anybody.
Yeah.
It's like, I could watch this for, another 5 minutes. And I think the finale episode, the last episode, definitely had the most of that, I think. I didn't dislike anything really about the show, but they really actually get through the villain of the show in episode 5.
Yeah.
Like, all of that's basically finished off, and then we come back and
damage control.
You got racist ass damage control not taking their shoes off in the mosque. Like, come on, get your shit together. Yeah, they became like the weird villain of that. Oh man, I do like that one guy though that was in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he's got like the chief.
Yeah. I do like him, and I want to see him pop up more. I'm wondering if he's going to be like our Phil Coulson from Phase 1. Do you remember Coulson?
I do, of course.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is because of him, the whole show. What does that say? I got to move the graphics so I can read. Dude, the Rocketeer wasn't fighting the Nazis in the fucking 50s. Come on. I forget, because it's been a while since I watched that movie. There is a 50s element, but I guess in my head I thought it was just like, without having seen the movie in like a couple of years. Actually, I watched it when Disney Plus dropped because it's on Disney Plus.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Yeah, it clearly takes place during Nazi reign, but yeah, I guess for some reason I was thinking it was like still in the 50s and there was like secret Nazis still trying to like do their work, but that's not the case.
This is Rob Zombie equals Quentin Tarantino.
Is that what's up? Ooh.
He did do a fake trailer for Grindhouse. Rob Zombie did.
Did he?
I think it was the Werewolf Women of the SS. Yeah, check that one out.
Oh man, it sounds.
With Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu. No joke. He's in the trailer.
I don't remember most of the.
Dude, we'll have to check those out.
The only trailer I remember from that, aside from Machete, was it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
And
just like every Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and the trailer had like some like cheerleader on a trampoline, and she like does this split.
Yes,
and you
into
see
a knife.
go up. Like what the fuck?
That was wild. I think that one was man, I think that was what's his name from he did Shaun of the Dead, all those movies.
Oh, Edgar
Wright.
Edgar Wright, yeah.
Yeah, Edgar Wright, I believe, did the
Edward
Thanksgiving.
Wright.
I think he did the Thanksgiving trailer.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
I haven't checked in on those in a while. I only watched the I didn't finish the Robert Rodriguez Grindhouse film.
Oh yeah, Planet Terror.
He did, yeah. I only watched the Quentin one with
Death Proof.
Death Proof with Stuntman Mike.
There's some great stuff in Death. I've heard people say that Death Proof is the worst Quentin Tarantino movie, and I don't disagree completely. But there is some great shit in that movie as well. Like just Kurt Russell's entire character is a lot of fun in that. He's insane, but that's good.
Fried Berry. I've never heard of this movie before.
Oh man, that looks pretty solid.
Yeah, so here's the synopsis on this, just because Ryan brought it up.
Yeah.
It's from South Africa, he said. Barry is a drug-addled, abusive bastard who, yet after another bender, is abducted by aliens. Yes.
Sold.
I'm in. Let's go. Barry takes a backseat as an alien visitor assumes control of his body and takes it for a joyride through Cape Town. What follows is an onslaught of drugs, sex, and violence as our alien tourist enters the world and wonderful world of humankind. Fried Berry is based upon the short film of the same name, which earned 57 official selections at 12 wins at festivals around the world. That's really impressive, actually.
Man, just looking at the cover art, it kind of reminds me of another movie that I love. The
fucking rad.
Or one of the Peter Jackson's earlier movies, Dead Alive.
Yeah.
That's what it's called in the U.S., but I think it was called something else elsewhere.
I don't know.
I love that movie.
I only live in the U.S., so
same. Not by choice.
I'm just looking up to see who's in this film. Hakeem, because I know this guy from somewhere.
Oh yeah, he looks familiar.
Yeah, what was he in? Oh, Pirate. He's in the Pirates movie.
Anyway, yeah. Definitely be giving that a watch. Fried Berry.
He plays Kingpin. He's not fat enough. I'm just kidding. Kingpin. Kingpin. Yeah, that's my cat. Oh man, the lighting looks pretty shitty in my room right now. I don't use a light. I just use natural lighting, and I let my my camera do the rest of the work.
It's getting a little late. I think that's probably why.
Well, I can also do this, and it'll adjust. But it's still yellow, so I'm gonna keep it closed. Ooh, it's golden hour. I meant golden shower. It's the golden shower.
Please don't involve me in that.
Sorry, there's too many Donald Trump references in this episode. Yeah, I don't use a light, so I just kind of let it go. But I was telling Pat, I'm going to be like redoing my room here in the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to figure out a good desk to purchase and whatnot. But when I do that, I might have it set up with maybe a better camera angle, better place for the mics, so I don't have to like hold this shit while like
you
we
seem
talk.
to be enjoying it quite a bit, though.
I mean, it's
Does
fine.
Does it make you feel like a game show host?
It's fine. It's a little heavy. I should take the bottom off. Just hold it. Yeah, I'm gonna be redoing the room, so I might have a better place to like set up a camera and control the lighting a little better.
I want to see you with one of those, like the long stem mics.
Oh, the Bob Barker.
Yeah,
mic?
the old classic like Bob Barker mic.
It's like 3 feet long.
Yeah. Hey, folks.
Hey. And the head is
Step
like that big.
Come on down.
So I'm gonna give a rating to Miss Marvel. I'm giving it. Pat, I think, is aware of my new rating system, right?
Oh yeah.
So I have
armpits.
sweaty armpits. Out of one to 5 sweaty armpits, I'm giving it 4 sweaty armpits.
Nice. I
4
would agree
sweaty
with
armpits.
that rating. Yeah.
I do like the show. Its weak points aren't very weak. They're just it's Marvel. It's just Marvel, you know. But the best of it is really good, you know. It's a lot of new stuff for, like I said before, us dumb white guys that don't have
us uncultured swine.
Yes. I've not touched grass in years.
Aside from eating that fried grass.
So Fried Berry, I think, is on our list. We got to watch that movie. We got to find it and watch that. But so do you have an idea of how many sweaty armpits Miss Marvel you're giving Miss Marvel?
I would agree with the 4. Yeah, I was thinking
4?
if it was going to be out of 10, I was going to say 8. So
okay,
yeah, I would agree with the 4.
Okay, so both Pat and I give it 4 sweaty armpits. 4 sweaty armpits. Oh man, dude, we're totally making a jingle for this.
All right, I'm in.
All right, well, that's all we had to talk about today. Was Miss Marvel and some other bullshit. You guys will hear me talk about the remodeling of my workstation here shortly.
Your cave.
My cave. I'm definitely trying to find a really good desk. I'm gonna show Pat actually, I don't ever keep tabs open like more than like 2 at a time.
Oh, but you've got some since you were shopping.
I have a ton of tabs open.
Yeah, what? Oh yeah.
We'll look at them here in a little bit, but
right.
I think we're gonna get going for now. We'll go
grab some food.
Get some flatbread pizza, and I don't know. I think I need to balance my endocannabinoid system. How you feeling about? Are you a mammal? Do you have one of those?
I've still. The jury's still out.
Jury's still out. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he just takes oil. World War II. Okay, yeah. So Rocketeer takes place in World War II. But still, jury's still out. Is it a Captain America sequel or is it a prequel? Who knows? It's probably a sequel. It probably takes place right after Cap goes into the ice.
That's what I would say.
That's what I would say too. So Rocketeer, it's official. Captain America sequel. So it goes Captain America 1, The Rocketeer, and then Avengers 1, and then Captain America Civil War. Quentin Tarantino, better than Rob Zombie, relatively. That's what Ryan says.
It definitely way different, but yeah.
I'm going to say Quentin Tarantino way better because he has movies I will watch.
Yeah. You did see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? No, dude, that's worth watching.
No, I haven't, only because it was supposed to come out. I thought it was supposed to come out on HBO Max, and it just like never showed up, and I think I just forgot about it.
Yeah, I can't even remember what streaming. It might be on one streaming service.
It would probably be on HBO if it comes to like a big one.
Yeah.
Other than like Apple or like iTunes or whatever. Just because HBO has that. I think they have a deal with. Who does Quentin Tarantino?
Miramax?
Miramax, yeah. Oh shit, dude, are they still on? I need to do some research on Miramax, see where they're at these days.
No, after the whole Harvey Weinstein.
He sold that. He sold Miramax a long time ago.
Yeah, didn't Disney own it for a while?
I think they still do own it. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anything else you want to say?
I felt like the Barry Gibb talk show right there. Anything you want to add? Yeah. No, I don't.
No. So Pat, what'd you think about Miss Marvel?
Again, check it out. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it because it's worth it.
You don't want to do some ASMR?
No, maybe next time.
AMSR.
Whatever it is. Some ASL. American Sign Language.
All right. Well, that was it. Before I get out of here, the last thing I want to do. Oh wait, hold on. Ryan's back. Death Proof is as close as you'll get to QT Soul Autumn. He rates, shoots, and cuts. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. I know that he does have pretty much total control over his films when he makes them, which is probably why he puts so much effort into like individual. I've heard people be like, "Why does he only have 10 movies when other directors have like so many others?" Like, well, not all directors are writing.
Yeah. Brain Dead.
Brain Dead. Okay, there we go.
I love that movie.
Thanks, Ryan. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask Ryan to get Zoom together and a microphone and everything, and we'll do one of these. We'll do one of these shows with Ryan.
Ryan's our fact checker.
Get Ryan on here. Tell us how dumb we are.
I know I've gotten stuff wrong. So far.
Well, I mean, it's a conversation. We're just people. We
make mistakes.
If there's one thing I know is that I don't know shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks, Carlos from Telemundo.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. So yeah, before we get out of here, the last thing I'll say is, wilddinosaur.com up there at the top always helps this channel, but also in our country, women need some extra support. And one of the places that is very helpful is Planned Parenthood, and there is a link in the description to donate to Planned Parenthood because they need it really more than ever. So if you don't mind taking a couple minutes to go check that out and donate to Planned Parenthood, I would love that. And we can be best friends. So yeah, check that out. That's it for today. Pat, why don't you take us out with why don't you like beatbox some theme music?
That's really putting me on the spot, but no, I'm sure I'll be back soon.
Yeah. You know? I mean, probably next week.
Probably next week sometime.
Yeah, we'll figure out something to chat about.
We've always got stuff to talk about. We have way more stuff to talk about.
We've already gone through our 2 music videos. So
we'll have more.
Yeah, we can just chit chat and dick around. All right, well,
thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, no worries. Y'all have a good rest of your night.
Peace.